When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
What's going on, everyone? This is Marcus Demitri back with Minority Wall Street. We back. Well, I'm back right now. I know we've been going for quite some time. It seemed like we fell off the face of the earth. But we've been working on a lot of things in the background to revamp our brand and to show you guys better content and testimonials. Because at the end of the day, we can talk about theory as far as what you should do, what you could do, but we want to show you guys some practical things to what actually benefits us. So stay tuned. You're going to see a lot of transparency going on with us in our trading journey, both individually and collectively. But in this video, it's just an impromptu video. The kids are asleep, the wife is asleep, the dog is somewhere asleep, and it's 11 o'clock at night, and I'm up. Got work tomorrow, but I gotta do some, analysis of what's going on, right? So today is Tuesday. I usually do some analysis on Tuesday, and I just want to, show you guys my mindset, walk you through what I think as far as what's going on, using some technical analysis. We're gonna talk about the S&P 500, the market, what's been going on the last 2 weeks with the coronavirus, with the election, with the oil shocks that happened this past weekend, with bond yields. I mean, it's been crazy. I've never experienced the market as far as trading as I did today. This is definitely something new to me. However, I've been prepared as far as learning, teaching myself take my emotion out of things and pay attention to the chart. So that's where I want to show you guys today. So as you can see, I use stockcharts.com. They don't pay me, but I pay them every month. I enjoy their services. They do a lot of great things. So this is what I use. This is my platform that I use. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to chart the S&P, the SPY ETF. I start off my way backwards to move forwards. If you say, so I like to first look at my weekly charts. That's a long-term view as far as what's been going on. This is, I believe, a 3-year view of the market. As you can see, it's a line chart that I first start off using first. The reason being, I like to draw my support and resistance from that. Visually, it makes sense to me. As far as me tracking what's going on as far as closing prices, as opposed to dealing with candlesticks, it could be jumbled at times. But when I convert from a line chart to candlesticks, then I'm able to see a lot more in depth as far as the intraday action and the highs and lows of a particular day. So let's get started. So this is the weekly chart of the S&P 500 of SPY. I usually do my annotation with SPY because it's a replica of the S&P 500, as well as it's tradable. So I like to follow the money. So money comes in to SPY because it's tradable, right? So I'm just gonna go to my annotation screen. And first I like to draw my support and resistance first. So my support line, I break it down into different zones. So zone one support typically will be at the bottom, where I bottom out. Typically is right here. Usually I like to see more, um, more valleys, but I only can chart what I can chart. Then I like to draw my resistance. Oops, get rid of that. I like to do my resistance line just for my zone one, just to see where it's at. So, let's see. That can't be it. Yeah, I'll do my zone one resistance right here. The reason being, We had a touch right here. It didn't break through. We had a touch right here, didn't break through. And then also subsequently we had another touch right here that didn't break through. Right. So for zone one, this is my support and resistance. So I just go here and just simply write zone one. All right. If I can spell. I like to make it look nice. Now, so for zone one, resistance is now my support was for zone two, right? So I do the same thing. So right now I'm gonna do a zone two resistance, and let's see. Yeah, sometimes you're gonna have to. It's all subjective, to be honest. Um, the reason why I'm gonna do it right here, as far as my zone two resistance, if I can get this to, simply because we touch right here, went down back to around my zone one resistance slash zone two support. Zone two support. Um, kind of broke through, went down, came up. Um, Another aspect. Let's see right here. Support, touch. All subjective. Resistance, kind of, it broke a little bit, but it came back down. Oops. Let's see. Saying this, so you kind of get the picture, right? So these are the reasons why. And as far as the zone three, well, let me make sure I write this down. Zone two. Now, so zone three, I'm looking for my resistance, right? Not gonna do. I'm not gonna do it right here. I'm just gonna rise up because there's haven't been enough peak for me to draw these particular support lines. So these my zones I'm looking at, right, on the weekly chart. All right, on the weekly chart. So I'm looking at some, making sure I'm dedicating and touching some stuff. So what I'm seeing potentially right now is that price, which is right here, the current price for the week is looking to touch my zone 3 support, right? And currently it's at 288. So can't see it with that right there. So roughly around like 285 is where price is looking to touch down from a weekly standpoint. And that's indication. This is the price levels that I'm looking at for this particular week. So once I do that, I don't look at volume or anything like that. I do look at my own balance volume, which own balance volume, just signifies the type of money that dictates as far as what money is coming into this particular investment product. And as you can see, let's see, there's been some bounce levels. So what you want to do, you want to look at divergence. So basically, if if you see this particular, let's do this example. If you see this particular line rising, right, in between this session right here, look at that. You kind of want to see if it follows suit, right? So while this is rising, as far as the on balance volume, money coming in, supporting the trend that is currently that is currently dictating. You kind of want to see that, but if you see some divergence, meaning that say in this quadrant over here, let's see, in this quadrant you see slightly going down, you see some higher lows, right? At the same time, in that same period, watch this. Let's go right here. Watch this. You see an uptrend. So as a trader, as a technician, I'm looking at there's some major divergence within this quadrant, right? So let me just and this is what I typically do. Let's do this right here. Let's make that. Gonna make that red. We're gonna fill that in. We're gonna shade it out. Yep. This is what I do, guys. Actually, make a different color. Let's make this yellow. So in this area, I see that I'm checking out divergence. That's my wife. She says, "Come to bed," but I gotta make this money. Shmoney. All right. Let's do this. So and all this is just notes to myself. Divergence. I don't know if I spelled that right, but hey, I know what I mean. So basically, on the weekly chart, I'm seeing the upward trend as far as price, right? Even though it does come down, it does make higher, make lower highs, which is in the uptrend. At the same time, money has not been supporting this uptrend. So eventually, I would think to myself, shoot, there possibly may be a sell-off pending because the OBV, on balance volume, as far as it's a combination of money and price, it's not supporting the price movement, and subsequently enough, you have this significant downturn. And yes, it's easier to find it after the fact. All right, you see this downturn. Let me make it more visually appealing. All right. And this is a pretty sharp move down, so let me make that red. Yeah, so at some point that you want to look, when you look at price and you look at indicators and overlays, you definitely want to find things that supports the trend that is in as far as price, but also the most important thing, you want to catch the divergence. You want to catch this uptrend within price, but this downtrend within OBV. This is a good warning sign that something potentially may trigger to where it'll be a sell-off. Not I wouldn't guess this major sell-off with the past 2 weeks, but a sell-off. So just want to get you guys in the mindset of what I'm thinking, what I'm looking at. So for this week, actually let me save this because I'm not gonna do all this work and not save it, right? Mama mentality, always. I'm gonna say Corona, right? Corona. Yeah, let me get rid of these price labels. I always forget. Okay. Off. Yeah, so right now I'm looking at price. I'm looking at the support level of 285. 285. It looks like it's heading that way, but you do see some divergence. Let me go back to my annotation screen. You do see some divergence between price as far as it moving down right here versus price OBV moving up. So there's some divergence. There's some slowly some money that went into. Well, this is looking at last week because this week hasn't completed yet. So this is looking at some divergence, and possibly it could reverse this week. So that's what I'm looking at, and that's how that's how I do my research. And then once I complete that with my line charts, I convert that to candlesticks. So now I'm doing my candlestick analysis, right? That's what I do. I'm doing my candlestick analysis. So price right here, as you can see, this is so far this has been going on with price as far as the S&P 500 for this week. So this is the week of March 9th to March 13th. Right now, the stock closed. It closed at 288 today, but it went as low as 273. Right. So what I'm looking at this. I'm looking to see if price will close below 285. If it closed below 285, my next price point will be 270. Will be 270, and then hopefully it won't go this low, back to zone 1. But 285 is what I'm paying attention to as far as for the SPY, and to see what's going on. It looks like from a technical analysis standpoint, for candlestick analysis, this looks like a opening Murabusu that's forming, which will continue the downtrend, unfortunately, right? But we never know, the markets may swing. We know Trump talked to the banks regarding to the payroll tax cuts. Maybe that would help, but so far tomorrow's Wednesday. This is a huge candlestick, and it's not looking so good. So my guesstimation is 285 will be broken for the weekly chart, which would not be good. And yeah, and that's about it. I would go into moving averages and stuff like that, looking at the 50-day and looking at the 200-day, just to just to confirm my thinking. So on the 50-day on the weekly chart, which is this blue line right here, you can't see it, which is this blue line right here. Price went below that, and is heading towards the 200-day. So in my opinion, we have a lot more selling going on before we see any upside. Me personally, I think we're gonna go back to. We may see the December lows of 2018, which you know, it may be to around 270 something. So I think we have a little more selling to do. So puts or stay in cash. That's it. Peace.
When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'.